In the chaotic, multi-billion-dollar world of football transfers, information is the ultimate currency. And two men have become the undisputed kings of the market, Fabrizio Romano and David Ornstein. Both are titans of transfer journalism. How did they build their reputations? Why do some fans trust one over the other? And is there a darker side to the way transfer news is reported? By the end of this video, you'll decide for yourself who really deserves the crown as football's transfer king. Fabrizio Romano, the Italian prodigy who started a blog at 18. His big break came from building a network of agents, particularly the infamous Mino Raiola. He exploded onto the scene with his famous phrase,
"Here we go,"
becoming almost a trademark in the transfer market. With millions of followers across Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, he's become a brand of his own, delivering minute-by-minute updates on transfers from across the globe. On the other hand, we have David Ornstein. The British journalist rose through his work with the BBC before joining The Athletic, where his exclusives quickly made him one of the most trusted names in football. His network is deeply embedded within football clubs themselves, boardrooms, executives, and PR departments. Ornstein's model is precision, patience, and proven trust. He's the insider's insider. Both are incredibly successful, but that's where the similarities end. This is where the criticism of Romano's model becomes loudest. The algorithm of engagement. Critics point to a pattern. A club is linked with a player, and that link is reported over and over again, often with minimal new information. Many fans feel he often dresses up the same information multiple times, turning it into several headlines rather than waiting for something concrete. Take Xavi Simons. For weeks, Romano tweeted that Chelsea were pushing hard for him, which ultimately failed and he joined Spurs. It turns out Chelsea was not that interested in him. Endless updates about Alejandro Garnacho links to Chelsea. Morgan Gibbs-White and Ez's move to Spurs all failed. Now, reporting on negotiations is fair. But when the same story loops for days, with minor updates like discussions ongoing, fans start asking, is this journalism or agenda setting? And then there's the most serious allegation, that Romano, and journalists like him, are sometimes used as mouthpieces. The theory goes that agents or clubs feed him information to push a narrative, to pressure another club into selling, to get a better contract for their client, or to appease a fan base. Romano has consistently denied being paid by clubs or agents for specific news drops, stating his revenue comes from his public platforms. But in an industry built on relationships, the line between a trusted source and a client can become dangerously blurred. On the other hand, we have David Ornstein. The British journalist rose through his work with the BBC before joining The Athletic, where his exclusives quickly made him one of the most trusted names in football. Unlike Fabrizio, Ornstein doesn't flood social media with updates. He carefully drops information that's usually solid, verified, and less sensationalized. There is no noise, only signal. His brand is built not on being first on every minor update, but on being unequivocally right when he does speak. It's a reputation carved from decades of trust and a policy of extreme caution. For his audience, it's a relief from the noise. But it also means far less frequent updates. But here's the gray area. Fabrizio's approach keeps fans constantly updated, creating a sense of excitement and drama that modern football thrives on. Ornstein's quieter, more cautious style may lack the buzz, but it delivers credibility. So, the question becomes, do fans want entertainment, or do they want accuracy? At the same time, the football transfer market is a business. Clubs, agents, and even journalists play their part in shaping the stories we consume. And maybe Fabrizio and Ornstein are simply two sides of the same coin, one built on hype, the other on trust. The real question for you is this: in the hunger for transfer news, what do you value more, constant updates or absolute certainty? And can you truly have both? Let us know in the comments. If you like this kind of content, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button.